Good afternoon. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable knowledge seekers, today I am here to host for the afternoon. My name is Priyadatta. I am from Bangladesh. Dear knowledge seekers, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP, a pure non-profit organization, is a social and IOC certified international educational and training institute. In the last 3 years, we have already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus professions and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professionals IGP and ISO 9001, 2050 and 1002, 2018 is the training facility for skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualification. The Institute of Work Professionals is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. It serves students and community researchers providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it is effective to increase one's skills just by acquiring formal education, so you provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, and internationally to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners, the respective campus locations and distance learning platform were operational and dependable institution. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product is a part of our human right. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminars, courses, award, quiz competition, monitoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like creating our portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and all world knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge, which can upgrade all day, kites learning game website, free courses, converter sites, and many more. We have to empower you to learn to meet their expectations and dreams and become highly skilled people. We implement several training programs, webinars, and offline online courses for youth and learners by professional trainers, speakers, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and we serve them with good research and practice method. We must have a genuine concern for the learners. We represent more diversity, growth, and innovation are required. To lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity, IGP members are committed to offering effective, best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill levels and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Moving to Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 1,476 orders successfully. Wow. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 1,476 webinars successfully. Dear IG participant, will share at this moment. This is a very important message for you. We changed and designed our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have services for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you can't enjoy our services. So create your account for once with your proper information. Note that with your proper information, you will enjoy all features. With mismatched data, you can't do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace Slido. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check off all our webinars 1420 plus with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time oriented because after this session we will not provide you with any code for certification. You have to take part in an exam after that. If you passed, you will receive a certificate. Otherwise, not. But you can take part in one exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificates, speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download your certificate of graduate. Um, if you are an online quiz competition winner, you can download a certificate of participation. If you are selected for lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of participation. If you are selected for lifetime membership, then selected for lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Beside this, if you participate in any work function which organize combined support with IGP, you can download that also. You can instantly prepare and download 80 types of instant certificates from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influencer during the pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activities during the pandemic, Certificate of Achievement RGP Knowledge Seeking Com 2020, Certificate of Achievement RGP Knowledge Seeking Com 2021, Certificate of Achievement RGP Knowledge Seeking Com 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Upskilling Organizational Leadership and Managerial Skill, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6, Trends and Innovation in Mathematics Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6, Research a Comprehensive Approach, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Art in Teaching Special Program in the Arts, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9, 21st Century Tools in Teaching Mathematics, Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1000 plus international level quizzes with be verified, teaching tips for teachers, health tips for parents, health tips for teenagers, gamification tools for teachers. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our 50 plus premium services website for free and many more dear IGP issues we promised previously, but lack of technical issues we are late sending you on time. But this is a great opportunity to collect your previous credentials, to solve all issues from our website. Now you can enroll. Reset password, everything. You can check your dashboard for all webinar details. It's a cordial request to you. Check all buttons and pages on our website. Surely I can say you will be benefited. Thank you, but note that without an account or login, you can't enjoy our services. At present, we are going to start our 1472 program name is Mindset for Marriage and Family 1. Number 1, um, and our today's speaker is uh, Ma'am Dr. Elizabeth Lucas Afalo. He's from United States. Um,
Okay, are we starting now?
yes, ma'am.
Right. Thank you so much for inviting me again and again. We started this journey since January, and I just want to express my gratitude to you as you're introducing me. I also want to express my gratitude to the founder and president of Institute of Global Professionals. I want to say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to come and share on this platform. I also want to say thank you to all the organizers of this workshop. Thank you so much for organizing everything. I also want to express my gratitude to all the collaborators and the partners to Institute of Global Professionals. Let me also use this time to welcome all our great learners, our great participants on the platform. You are all welcome. And I want to believe that by the time we finish this section today, you will yearn for more because marriage and family is very, very important in our lives and also in the society. So you are all welcome. Feel free to comment on the chat box and feel free to ask your questions because we don't know it all. We learn more by asking questions and clarify what we've learned. So you are all welcome to this platform today. So I'm just going to go straight to the point. Our topic this morning is mindset for marriage and family. Before I move on, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Lucas, the founder of Yes You Can International here in United Kingdom. I obtained bachelor degrees in business and management at University of Northampton, United Kingdom. I'm also the founder of YYCI Academy, YYCI Publication, and YYCI Transformational Leadership Training Center. I also have other Elizabeth Creations and Documents Limited. I'm an award-winning author of a book called Yes You Can and other various of books that you are seeing on the platform. And if you are interested in grabbing any of those books, please visit www.amazon.co.uk or amazon.com. Thank you so much for joining us today. So let me move on to say I am the founder of Yes You Can International, which is about the youth, leaders, and all over the world. Because I am their mentor, and we can share, we can improve ourselves and perfect our lives, and also increase in knowledge to renew our mindset. We also have various master classes that can improve, that you can enjoy and also share whatever you've learned. So you are all welcome to check on me on Yes You Can International or visit me on my Facebook, Elizabeth Lucas. So let us move on. Since January, we've started a journey together on mindset. We've shared on mindset for everything, introduction and principle. We've also shared mindset for transformation, management, and economy. Mindset for success 1 to 1, mindset for personal development and happiness 1 and 2, mindset for education, career, and skills 1 and 2, mindset for relationship 1 and 2, which we did last month of May. And today and another day, another week, 2 weeks' time, we'll be sharing on a very important topic on mindset for marriage and family. If you have been enjoying our series since January and you are still continuing with us on this journey of mindset till the end of the month of the year, you will, apart from the certificates that they will be giving you, the IGP, you can also get an award from Yes You Can International United Kingdom. So keep coming, keep joining, and keep learning. And on top of it, we will give you ebook, free ebook on Yes You Can Mindset 101. Okay, so like I said before, our topic is mindset for marriage and family. I want you to have this at the back of your mind as we go on. There are 4 elements that are missing in love, relationship, marriage, and family. And these 4 are ignorance, lack of understanding, lack of vision, unknown of our identity of who we are, and our purpose. And let me add one to it. Why we do what we do. Why do you build your relationship? Why do you marry? And why are you building a family? It's very important. So ignorance, majority of us are very ignorant. Why? Because we don't know, and what you don't know, you can't improve. And that is why I appreciate IGP platform, where they've invited various lecturers and trainers to come and share with you. That is why I appreciate you also joining us this morning to want to learn. And that is the only way to overcome our ignorance. Lack of understanding. Oh, yes. You can listen to so many messages, read so many books, But if you don't get the better understanding, you won't be able to practice it. And because when you listen to this kind of messages or this kind of lectures, you should have it at the back of your mind that you really want to take action. And it is what you understand that you will take action on and practice. So that is why I will encourage us on this platform to please ask your questions to clarify what you've learned, what you've heard, so that by the time of at the end of this series, you'll be able to get better understanding. That is one of the things that we lack in relationship and marriage. The next one is lack of wisdom. Oh, first of all, let me say this. Wisdom is the principal thing, and in all our getting, we get understanding. So when you get your understanding, then you will be able to have peace of mind. Lack of vision. Lack of vision, yes. You have to know what you are doing. You have to know where you are going. So you have to have a vision. You have to have a dream if you want to enter into any relationship or even start a marital life. Both of you have to have a dream. A couple that has no dream, they will be lost and confused and be frustrated, and sometimes they give up. So, lack of vision is one of the elements that we're missing in love, relationship, marriage, and family. Then the last one is unknown of our identity of who we are. Majority of us, we don't know our identity. We don't know who we are. And that is why we can subject to problems, criticism. We can subject to so many problems, conflicts, disappointment, because we don't know who we are. Sometimes we end up competing, copying, and also comparing because we don't know who we are. Sometimes we fight ourselves, and also we find ourselves insecurity, inferiority, because we don't know who we are. And sometimes we want to compete. Sometimes we want to come out of our own life, our own position to want to become somebody else. Is because we don't know who we are and our purpose. Because if you know the reason why you are on earth, if you don't, the reason why you are a woman or you are a man, if you know the reason why you are getting married and you are building the family, then things will get better. Okay, so mindset is everything. This is the moment of the truth that happiness depends on our mindset. Mindset open opportunities and learning. It exposes us into reality of life and genuineness. Mindset is how we judge the situation we face, how we perceive others, especially our spouse, how we perceive ourselves as well, and treat others. The state of our mind matters, especially on this above topic. And let me just add the word of God with it that says, as the man thinks, so is he. The Oxford English Dictionary defines mindset as a way of thinking, an attitude or opinion, especially a habitual one. State of our mindset will determine how we behave, our character, and our attitude. So that is why mindset is very important, that we start from there. And that is why I've been discussing with you since January about mindset, because mindset is everything. So it is very important to get the right information about ourselves and store it into our mind for better and satisfactory and contented life. Why did I say that? Majority of us have heard from many people that surrounded us, from family, from friends, from colleagues, from teachers, from lecturers, even from your colleagues, from your mates, your friends, your peers. You've heard so many, and sometimes it could be negative. In fact, it's always negative, because sometimes that is where you will hear when they will tell you you cannot do it, you cannot achieve it, you cannot work it, you cannot be successful, you can't become, you are too old, you are too young, you are not educated, you are rubbish. That's why you hear all this, and they are informations. And also, sometimes, apart from the one being said to us, we also, what kind of books are we reading? What kind of film are we watching? And then what are we discussing? What is in our mind? Because the information that you stored in your mindset is really what will make you either to be satisfied, either to be contented, either to be happy, or even to move forward. So the state of our mind is very important. Okay, but I want you to remember something. Do you know that what you believe, I'm talking about your mindset, that what you believe dictates how we operate and behave and become in every place, even in our own family, even with ourselves, and even in the community, in the society, and even in this nation. So, how you believe is very important because it dictates the action you are taking. Remember, I said right from the beginning that the message, the informations you stored in your mind, that is what you will believe. So if you believe that you can do it, then you will believe it and then you act on it. If you believe that all things are possible, that you can build a family, you can have a happily married life, then you will behave towards it. And that is how you will perform. So our belief is very, very important. So beliefs dictate how we perceive and treat others. Oh yes. Because if you believe that everybody is not equal, if you believe that no one is perfect, if you believe that we are all human beings, if you believe that everybody is different and we have to respect one another and respect our opinions and respect others' opinion, then it all comes from what you believe in. And it all comes to the way you will behave and treat others. How we also manage the resources available also depends on our beliefs. How you can manage, or you want to just waste the money and mismanage it. So it all depends on the information that you have in your mindset. And also as a governor, or as an entrepreneur, or as a leader, as a manager, how you perceive, how you believe it is how you will treat others, especially those people working under you. That's how you will determine on the wages and salary. You will determine the position and the recognition and even promotion and respect. So beliefs is very important when we are talking about every phase of our lives, including building relationship and also having a good family. So beliefs is what we need to work on. And in this case, you can write it down. What's your belief? What do you believe about marriage? What do you believe about family, building family? What did you believe as well? So because what you believe is how do we react or act on or perform. So very important that we start doing that. But before we go any further, let me also bring to you the scriptures. Philippians 4:8 says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honorable, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtues and if there be any praise, think on these things. So I just want to use these scriptures to encourage you that whatever you are thinking, always make sure that they are just, they are pure, they are lovely, they are positive, they are good reports, because that is the only way you can act on it. You can act on negativity if that is what you choose, if that is your mindset. But for you to choose the positive mindset, These are the things that will help you. So start thinking, is it right? Is it true? Is it honorable? Is it just? Is it good? Is it pure? Is what I'm thinking, is it lovely? Whatever I'm thinking, is it good? Is it good report? Is it positive? So you start thinking about that. And the more you think about it, you will see that you find yourself acting towards that. Okay. So I ask a question again. As a man thinks, so is he. What is your belief? You can write it down or you can think about it and start writing something down. What is your belief, especially in marriage and family? What's your belief? Because I know that as human being, you've listened to so many people, you've watched so many videos, you've watched other marriages. You either they are building, they are lovely, they are happily, or they are separating. You've seen everything. But I'm asking you yourself, what is your belief about marriage? What is your belief about building family? Because you need to think about that right from the beginning. And even if you have entered the family, there's no way you can't think. There's no way you can't regain renew your thinking. So you can do it. So that's what I'm asking the question. What is your belief? Do you believe marriage is good? Do you believe you can work it out and you can have a happily married life? Do you believe that it's just one of those paper things? Just sign it. It's not really working. Or do you believe that marriage is just on paper? Do you believe that you can enjoy your marital life if you really work towards it? Do you believe that marriage is still a golden stool? Okay, I believe you are listening and I believe you are thinking. So, what is your belief? So, what are you thinking about? Is it positive? Is it negative? So, what is your positive thinking about marriage and building a good family? What is your positive thinking? And what is your negative thinking about it? Do you think you can work it out? Do you think you can sacrifice? Do you think it can work? Do you think it is possible? So, what is your positive thinking? Sometimes we might find ourselves thinking negatively. So, you can also write down what is the negative thoughts about marriage that you've heard before. What about negative thought about family? Because remember, charity begins at home. Okay, if you have negative thinking, do you know that you can renew that mindset? Do you know that you have the ability to change your mindset from negative to positive about marriage and family? So, how can you now turn your negative thinking to positive thinking? I welcome you to this platform once again because I believe by the time we finish this today's section and 2 weeks' time as we conclude, you will have a better understanding of how you can turn your negative thinking about marriage and family to positive. So, to make a change, knowledge is required, and to fulfill in life, wisdom is needed. So, wisdom is the principal things, and in all our getting, we get understanding, and that is written in the scriptures or the Bible. So it is very important that you get a better understanding. And that is why I want to appreciate your time today joining us. Because I believe that out of curiosity, you want to know more about marriage and family. Marriage and family is the backbone of, of nation. It all starts from family. Family is a nation, is the beginning, is the foundation of nation. So if your family is right, then you are contributing positively into the society. So I ask you again, what do you believe? And what is your thing? What are you thinking about? So to make a change, knowledge is required. You have to keep learning. You have to keep researching. You have to keep reading books, watching valuable videos, and working things together. It's very important. And that is why where you will apply wisdom, because wisdom is the principal thing. So if you change your mindset and you change your own life, anything and anyone around you will change. Your transformation will influence others. And I want to believe that by the time you enjoy this teaching today and the one of 2 weeks' time, you will be able to change your own mindset and then change your own life that will influence others. Let me quickly say this: you cannot change anybody, including your spouse, your husband, your partner. You can't change them. But if you change yourself, that will help the whole family because you will influence them. Okay, let me also share this with you, the acronym of mindset. So have this at the back of your mind because it's very important. You can write it down and start looking. So if you really want to build or have a good mindset for marriage and family, these are the things that are supposed to be in your mind. So we're going to use the mindset acronym so that you can enjoy or you can remember it. So under the M, be mindful of what you say to your spouse. Be mindful of the actions you are taking. You can motivate one another because you know what? We are in a tough time and challenges surround us. And there are some things that you cannot control. So for us to continue the journey of marital life and build a healthy family and relationship, we need to be willing to motivate one another. You can monitor and you can mentor. You can also seek for mentors that can guide you and lead you. I stand for inspire. We all need inspirations in our lives. So we need somebody to inspire us, to lift our spirit up when we are down, to keep on reminding us that we have greatness in us and we can do it. And we can rise above every challenges and adversities that comes our way. So you need to have that skills of inspiring, imparting, influencing, and also to be willing to gather right information that will help your marriage. Then the next one is N, new ideas, new skills, and new beginning. One of the skills is effective communication. Communication with relationship is very important. Communication is very important even in our marital life because you need to keep sharing, expressing yourself so that both of you can have a better understanding. A room is not built in a day, but gradually, there will be transformation. And that is why you need to be building yourself up, building your skills up. The skills of listening. You need to listen to one another. And also, it's not too late to start all over again. When you gather new ideas that can improve your relationship, then it's not too late to start all over again. A new beginning. And the S one is support. Sponsor, share, suggest, and save. In our marital life and even in building our family, we need to support one another. Sometimes we will need to sponsor others as well, probably the younger ones, so that they too can build their home, their relationship, and their family. You need to empower one another. There are some things that we don't know that we can learn. I always say to people that marriage is an institution for everyone to learn, because when we entered into it, we don't know much. Yes, we might say we've prepared, but when we now come to reality, you will know that, oh no, I still need to learn more. So that's why we say marriage is an institution for every one of us to learn. Let me pause a little bit to say thank you so much, Flomi Roger, for joining us today. Thank you so much, Evelyn. Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you so much, Dr. Shah, for joining us today. We appreciate you. Okay, then the last one is transform. And that is what we're doing on this platform. We are transforming our mindset. We are transforming our thinking. We are transforming our belief on marriage and building family. So that is why transform, training, teaching, and testing is very important. So once you remember this acronym of mindset for marriage and family, you will be able to improve in every areas of your life. Now, the moment of truth. Let me share quickly. Strong connection with our loved ones, friends, and work colleagues allow us to be at our healthiest and most productive. For many, this relationship offer an important source of advice, guidance, love, and support because we are learning every day. Remember, I said marital life is an institution for you to learn from yourself, from your mistakes, and also from others. However, fulfilling and supporting relationship don't just come automatically. Yes, and they require good social skills and a great deal of time and energy to stay strong and go the distance. Oh, yes. If you don't pick anything up in everything I've said, this is very important for you to know that building a healthy marriage and family is not automatic. You have to put more hard, you have to add more power to it, you have to put more energy, you have to work it out, you have to build yourself up, you have to learn new things. It is ongoing, and that is why it is very important that we are willing to learn and to adapt to change. They are the ones that matter the most of us. I mean, our spouse, our marriage, our family. We should always treat them as such. Never take them for granted. Value the unique aspects of each individual. And can you imagine how boring life would be if you were all the same? We are not the same. And that is the uniqueness of marriage, because we are not the same. We are from different backgrounds, different personalities, different family, different culture, different beliefs, and we are coming together as husband and wife. So unique, but we can blend together and we can sacrifice and even compromise to make this marital life work. So we need to treat everyone with respect and accept who they are. That is why, remember, I said right from the beginning that you can't change others. You can't change your husband. You can't change your partners, your spouse, but you can change yourself. So you have to accept them the way they are. If you see something wrong with them, it's not the way for you to say you have to change this. You have no. You have to let go and allow the space. Sometimes they say time heals. So you have to give yourself time. Remember, I also said that it is not automatic. Building a marital life is not overnight, it's ongoing. Transforming your lives, your relationship, your lifestyle, your beliefs, your mindset is ongoing. So you can't really change anybody, but you can accept who they are. They also can change at their own time. Time is everything, and time heals. So allow them to make their own choice in life. That's why you have to respect, because they will also respect your own ideas, your own time, your own choice. The same thing happens that you need to respect others' choices, respect their opinions. You don't have to necessarily agree with everything they said, but you can respect, you can give them that freedom of expressing themselves as husband and wife. Remember also, you can't change anyone but yourself. So concentrate on being the best person and the best of you if you want to build a relationship, if you want your marital life to be better. So start assessing yourself. I have a book here that can tell you everything about what I'm talking about. And that is the book called The Love We Lost. Because every one of us have made one mistake or the other. You can get the book from Amazon.com. The love we lost. How can we gain it back? The trust that was lost. How can we build it again? Because when you start your relationship as husband and wife, you build it, you bonded together, you builded your trust, you builded your honesty to one another. But as the way goes by, then things started happening and challenges started arising. And so many things are happening, even the ones you cannot control. Then you start losing that trust. And then eventually you lost it. The trust has been broken. The confidence has been broken, and every other thing. But in my book, I told you the reasons why all these things happened. And I also said, yes, you can build it again. You can love again. One of the characteristics of you coming together, rethinking together, is when you are willing to forgive yourself and forgive others. When you are willing to love yourself more and then love others. When you are willing to add more value to yourself, and then you will be able to have value to others and respect one another. So, most of us want to find a partner to share our life with. That is where everything started. So remember that you will have no problem establishing and retaining real long-lasting relationship if you keep transforming your relationship, transforming your life. So most of us want to find a partner to share our lives with. Because once you say I do, you are signing an agreement that this is the person you want to live for the rest of your life. So when we finally fall in love, and commit to a relationship that we believe will last us to the old age. We have expectation that we will act together to realize our dreams. Even if everybody thought every couple will experience relationship difficulties, oh yes, because we are climbing the ladder, because we are working together and living together, because everything about us will be exposed out for our partners to see. We'll be open to one another. You will see my flaws. You will see my flaws. I will see his weaknesses. I will see his strength. Then we will see the similarities and familiarities and even our differences. Because the more we get closer as husband and wife, the more our eyes will be seeing. They used to say something, love is blind, but marriage is an opener. Yes, because when you first see one another, oh my God, you love, love, love. You demonstrate love. You buy so many things for one another. You take one another to club. You share. You drink. Then when the marital life started, then you start opening your eyes to see the reality of life. Because the more you get closer, the more you will be seeing both the strengths and the weaknesses. Unfortunately, we elaborate. Unfortunately, we only see the weaknesses of our partners, our spouse. Unfortunately, whereas we have to balance it. Every human being has the strengths and their weaknesses. Every human being comes with a package of gifts and skills to develop. Every human being are genuine. They are special. They are unique, but they are different. So these are the things that you should have in your mind when you are choosing your life partner. You need to start discussing about all these things even before you enter into the marriage. You can't know it all, but you can keep learning. And the more you keep learning, the more you get better understanding. And that is the way to go about this marriage and building a family. Couples will always be confronted and sometimes overwhelmed by challenges they face. Oh, yes. But the difference between one couple and the other is how they deal with that challenges, how they undo that challenges. And that is why we encourage people to seek for help, seek for support, read books, go for counseling, and pray because it's a journey. And the journey of living together is going to be a tough time. If any of our older people comes to you and tell you, oh, my marriage was smooth. Oh, I didn't have any challenges. Sorry, check them out. It's a lie. Let's be true to ourselves. Marriage is very, very tough, but it is also so unique when you overcome all those adversities and challenges. That is why we need to keep learning and researching about ourselves, about who man is, who woman is, because we are different. Once we get a better understanding, then we can have our peace of mind. Mostly they are able to deal with them and move on. Oh, yes. And that is why this lesson is all about. We're not going to cover all today, but I can assure you Then when we keep learning, you get better every day. Because yes, you can make a difference. Please comment on the chat. Let's reason together. I don't know all. So when you have also something to share, please share it on the chat box. Let's feel free to interact together because marital life is very, very important. And marital life builds family. If you have a good marriage, then you will have a good family. And once you have a good family, then you will be able to influence everyone, everything around you. However, sometimes these challenges leave each partner feeling alienated and alone and unable to sort out the issues, no matter how hard they try. Like I tell you, it is very tough, but the good news is you can overcome it because no condition is permanent. It is only when you have the right mindset, the positive mindset, and the growing mindset, then you are ready to transform your marital life and even your family. That is why you have to watch the information you allow in your mind. That is why you need to watch the information that you are storing yourself. That is why you have the ability to choose what you believe. You have a choice. You don't have to do it the way everybody is doing it. Everybody is with their own family. And that is why you cannot compare your family with another family. You cannot compare your husband with another man out there. And you cannot copy what other families are doing in your own because you are unique. Your marital life is unique. Your family are unique and they are special. Everybody's got the tools to use to build their relationship. And that is why it is so necessary that we keep teaching, we keep studying, we keep learning and sharing. The same old arguments occur with the same frustration outcome, and both partners can feel stuck. Oh, yes. Because if they don't know what to do, because they don't have a better understanding, then they will be frustrated. Then they will struggle. Remember, nobody knows it all, and no one is perfect. If you see a family out there smiling, shining, behind the scene, they are working things out. No perfection in marriage or in family. But individual need to build and work hard and compromise and sacrifice to build themselves up. As this go on, sadly, separation and divorce statistics are very high all over the world. Yet many of the difficulties that threaten the survival of relationship can be sorted out with the right help. So I want to encourage you, if you're going through a tough time at the moment in your marital life, in your family, seek for help. And when you are seeking for help, seek for the right help. Okay. So as we grow older, we develop friendship, both platonic and romantic. Many of us become parents of ourselves. We continue to learn from every person we develop a relationship with because there will always be a lesson to learn from each one of us. There will always be a lesson. You can learn from me, I can learn from you. It's just the willingness to be able to want to learn and to gain more knowledge is what matters. We continue to learn from one another, and then build relationship, better understanding, and then we move on. We let go of whatever has happened. But when we have better understanding, we have the right tools, we have the right sense of humor, and then we have what we call a release. And then you'll be able to embrace and accept one another. So that is very important with the moment of truth. Okay, let me just skip this one. Okay, let me say it. This can also be people we fear. I always told my kids, be careful of who you hang out with because you will develop some of their traits. It's just human nature. So we have to be careful. Who are our friends? Who are we surrounded with? Who are in our circle? Who are your network? Because it all depends. It can influence even your marital life. Because if are the people that always put people down and destroy people with their mouth and gossip and everything, it will affect your marital life. So you have to be selective of who you hang around with for you to build your home and build your marital life. I think that's one of the reasons why it is so easy for couples to finish each other's sentences because we need to be careful. Your first priority if you are building a marital life is your husband or your wife. That's your first priority. So you have to spend time together to want to listen to one another. The more time you spend with someone you love, the more like them you become. I believe that the relationship we have with others determine our true character because you blend together, you bonded together. Family and friends will be there in our times of struggles. Strangers are scary for sin. So it is very important that we know that when there is challenges, when there is problem and adversity, not some of your few friends will leave you, but who will stand by you is your spouse, your partner, your husband, and your children. And that is why we have to spend time in building the relationship. Okay, let me just quickly give you this, and then I will love you to come back next time so that we can dive into serious matter. Assumption breaks communication in marriage. Sorry. Oh, yes. It breaks communication in marriage and can even end up in separation and divorce. Let us read some of the assumption. Maybe you too you are familiar with it. Sorry. We assume too much that marriage is a bed of roses. We assume too much that marriage is about supremacy, superiority, sexuality, and dominion. We assume that the other half will meet all our expectations. Sorry. We assume that we are the perfect. Sorry about this. But this is very important, and I want to round up this with this. So we assume that we are either perfect or our spouse is perfect, and that's why we are expecting too much from them. We assume that someone only purpose of marriage is only to fulfill intimacy and make babies, take care of the children and kitchen and domestic. And that leads us sometimes to insecurity and frustration. And that also leads us to threats or jealousy, blaming, condemning, and even envying one another. We assume that we can change the other person. Like I said before, you can't. We can change our husband, our spouse, our wives when we get married. So, some of the things that we have seen before the marriage, and we rush into the marriage because we assume that when we get married, I can change the person. No, you cannot change the person. We also assume that our marriage will be like our parents or our friends. That's assumption. They build their own relationship. You need to build yours. We also assume that we don't have a choice. Every human being, both male and female, has a choice. It is our duty to love and suffer in silence. Never you take it as a responsibility to keep quiet when you know that things are very wrong. It is not your responsibility, and it will never be your responsibility to keep silence just in the sake of religion, tradition, society, children. What will people say is always a limitation, because instead of you doing the right thing, you are thinking of, oh, what will people say? And finally, financial security can also be another problem. And all of us, including those that are listening to me, are guilty for this. We got stuck with emotional blackmail. We are all either guilty or victim of all this, which some are still suffering and pretending all is well. But the danger thing is when you have to keep quiet and pleases everyone, and the situation escalated and leads to violence, suicide, mental health, abuse, and death, because we live a life of assumption. But the truth is, we are all have a choice and right to make a decision for our lives and get better understanding of how it works. However, majority don't know themselves. They don't even know their purpose. They don't know who they are. So that's why they can subject to everything. They don't even know their assignment, their purpose. Why are they on earth? Why are they a woman or a man? They don't know. They just do whatever they like. They do whatever they've seen people do. They don't check themselves out. They don't develop themselves. They don't perfect their lives. They don't make themselves better. They leave everything to the other person to do. But we are here for a purpose. And we are unique. We are special. And greatest is in us. And we can have a very good marital life and enjoy our healthy relationship. Sometimes we misquoted and misjudged and misunderstood what love, relationship, marriage, and family is all about. And that is more reason why you should keep coming to IGP platform to learn. or read more books or research more. The more you learn, the more you gain, and the more you add valuable informations into your mindset. The components of love are intimacy, passion, compassion, commitment, caring. But are we really, really demonstrating all this in our marital life? In the midst of storm, crisis, and adversity, challenges and conditions beyond our control, love is paramount. And we need to get a better understanding of what love is all about. And then your marital life, your marriage, your family. Love will bring peace within you and within your family, between husband and wife. Love will bring harmony and unity, because you need to unite together to build the home together, to train the children together. Love protects the future. Oh, yes, because when you are together and you have a vision and you're working towards this vision, then you have protection. Love saves lives. Oh, yes, because you can fight for one another. You can fight on behalf of one another. You can go on your knees and pray for one another. Love unifies people together. So let us not forget that if we are talking about marriage and family, love is the greatest, and love is the foundation. Can I also say this, that marriage and family is the best platform to start demonstrating or practicing your love. So, my conclusion for this slides today is love is sweet, relationship is adorable, marriage is worthy, and family spread to become a nation for those who work it out together. It is a process, and there will always be storms, challenges, adversity, mistakes, and distraction, discouragement, and discouragement, and even disappointment. So we need to learn how to prepare ourselves. We need to learn how to handle relationship, how to handle challenges. We need to learn how to manage our emotions. We need to learn how to keep our love getting stronger and stronger. We also need to learn some skills on communication, listening skills, working together. Relationship, for it is not over until you win together. And yes, you can. Love is the result of peace, and we can only unite and have peace when we love one another. It improves relationship to be connect together. To have peace is to change ourselves, our lifestyle, our character, our behavior, and our attitude, our actions towards one another. So be willing to humble yourself and willing to learn and to respect one another. So I'm going to read this quote, and then we can now give room for any questions. A successful relationship is often the first step towards a successful career. So make sure you commit to the long game of marital life. Written by Rebecca Topmans. So, the questions I will give to you for the next time that we come back again is this. There are two basic areas which seems to be critical in all relationship. When you come back next time and join this section, please remember this. What do we expect from ourselves and the other person involved in the relationship, especially in our marital life? What are your expectations? You need to write it down because I will ask you next section. How do we communicate these expectations? How do you know how to communicate these expectations and our feelings and opinions to the person, to our spouse, our husband and partner? Then, how does our personalities type affect our expectations and the methods of communication? Finally, does our personality type affect who we are romantically attracted to? So, on this basics, I will just quickly give you hope to prepare. The mapping of I can love again is a new hope. So prepare yourself next time to want to learn more on this. I can love again. I can build my trust. But if you want to prepare, let's look at it quickly. Inspiration, then can, communication, accountability, nurturing, then love, live your life, overcome obstacles, value yourself, and enjoy life together. Then the final, again, acknowledge one another, gain knowledge, take action, ignite the fire, and try something new. On this note, I want to say thank you so much for inviting me to come and share with you. And please join us again 2 weeks' time once we conclude, because we're going to be talking about the issues in marriage, the issues in marriage, the type of conflicts that is in marriage and family, conflicts in marriage. We're going to talk about, okay, how can we overcome our emotions, how to maintain balance in our relationship, and then how can we prevent arguing so much in marriage? How can we prevent arguing so much? How can I resolve conflicts in marriage? How to resolve conflicts in marriage? And what are the top secrets of overcoming flesh and lust in marriage? And then we're going to talk more about unhealthy marriage relationship for you to get better understanding. And then we're going to discuss and work on our SWOT analysis of a relationship. So join me next time, 2 weeks' time, so that we can work together to build our home. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for all your comments. Now I'm waiting for your questions. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll finish the section for today. So can we ask questions? Do you have any questions? Let me check. I'm waiting for questions and answers. Thank you so much for joining us today. Protect Agda, thank you so much. Aaron Gad, thank you so much for joining us today. Evelyn, thank you so much. Flomi, thank you so much. Gemma, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you've learned a valuable from this section today. So I'm waiting for your questions. If you have any questions before I move on. Any questions?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seekers surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seekers can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, dear ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question and answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinars. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we'll be back in our session part 2, which is the question and answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your questions in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question and answer, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your questions in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question and answer, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition.
Please ask your question.
Once again, thank you, ma'am. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Okay, our first question is come from Flami Regwal Salvizo. His question is, good day, H.E. Ambassador Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth Lusus to recapitulate what factors contribute to a successful marriage and family life. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for your question. Flomi, thank you for joining us today. I hope you had valuable information today to enrich your marital life and also the family. Yes, your question to recapitulate what factors contribute to a successful marriage and family life. The first one is effective communication. Without communicating effectively within the family and even with your spouse, there will be no better understanding. Communication could be in various ways. You can verbally say something, or you can also communicate in your actions, or you will need to read more about the communication skills in relationship. The second one is tolerance. Remember, I said that we are all different and no one is perfect. So you have to be ready to tolerate one another in a successful marriage and family life. The third one is acceptance. You have to accept yourself, that who you have to accept who you are. And the same thing happens to your past spouse as well. You need to accept who they are. So acceptance is also one of the factor to a successful marriage. The next one will be celebration. You need to celebrate one another. You need to praise one another. You need to recognize the good parts, the good things that one another is doing, and celebrate it. Celebrate their goodness, celebrate their uniqueness, celebrate their success, their achievements, celebrate everything with one another. Because by doing that, you are inspiring them, motivating them, and you are also lifting them up to do more and carry on with their work. The next one is you need to value one another. Remember, I said we are all unique and special. Sometimes we want to look at their negativity, their weakness, and that is where the trouble comes. We are not saying that we are not going to look into this, but there is a way to correct one another. There's a time for everything. But when you focus on their strength, what you focus on expand and increase. So when you focus on their strength, it will get them much better, happier, and then you live a happy life together. And will not permit me to keep on keep on mentioning many factors. But let me conclude with one no, with two. One is listening skills. You need to develop that. Sometimes we tend to want to rationalize what we are saying, or sometimes we want to distract ourselves from what our other person is talking about. They are talking about, they are sharing their feelings, they're expressing how they feel, and then your mind is somewhere else. How do you want to support them? So listening skills is very important. We have to learn to listen. Listen not to respond, but listen attentively to be empathy, and also to understand how they feel. Then the last one is gratitude. You need to appreciate one another. They used to say that until somebody lose the diamond, they do not appreciate one another. You need to appreciate yourself and appreciate your spouse always. Even the little things of, like, maybe they cook, or they tidy up the house, or they are doing shopping, or you are working hard to bring food and bring money home. We need to learn to say thank you, and appreciate one another, because you are both in this same journey together. I hope I've answered your questions. More questions, please.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Um, Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your questions in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your questions in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker.
Let me also encourage you. Maybe that will give you encouragement to ask questions. The lady speaking to you today is speaking from her own experience. I've been married happily for 31 years. So you should have a questions to ask me. Some of you might be married for 40 years more than me, but we are still learning together. I am still learning. Nobody knows it all. We're gaining knowledge every day to upgrade ourselves and also to renew our mindset. Remember, I said, if you don't ask questions, I assume that you know and you understand what we've said for the past 1 year, 1 hour. And or you don't ask questions, maybe you've already known it before. But I can guarantee you, no knowledge is waste. So when you ask questions, you clarify what you've learned. You get better understanding for you to go out there and implement what you've learned. That is the way to go about it. Renewing your mindset will make you to transform your marriage and your family. So if you have any other questions to ask, I'm still here. And if you've been satisfied enough of what we've learned, then I can leave. So ask your questions.
Thank you, ma'am. I think we are covered all of our
Yeah.
questions and topics.
Thank you so much for inviting me. And see you next 2 weeks as we conclude with this our section on mindset for marriage and family. Thank
Uh,
you so
once
much.
again, thank you. Once again, thank you so much, Honorable Ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you new topics. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable Ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and new date. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you and God bless you.
Honorable Ma'am, before we move to the next webinar certification process, if you want to leave this studio, you can, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Dear knowledge seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process. If the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your questions in the comment box. IGP knowledge seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process. The most attractive and powerful part of our webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process, certificate instruction, visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching and completing part of the session, click mark as complete. Moving to the next, which is the learning test quiz passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download the certificate. If failed, to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Certification instruction and visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website, sign up or sign in. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching or completing part 1 video session, click mark as complete. Moving to the next, which is the learning test quiz, passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download the certificate. If failed, to retake the course. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP Knowledge Seekers, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity, which changes few process for online live quiz competition. Note that after live, no one can participate. Participation process. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instructions carefully. Visit www.videoigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competitions anymore. Browse the live quizzes button or given link. Find the session name and join with your logged website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for others to join. Enjoy an online live quiz competition. After the quiz, we will issue certificates for the top 10 as previous, which you can find on our website and official Facebook page. Institute of Global Professionals. After a short video, we'll start our quiz session. Okay, dear IGP knowledge seekers, we are now start our quiz session. Already 20 people will join with us. Our first question is developmental task has 5 for marriage and family life. A prime, be prepared. Correct answer is B. Prepare. On the leaderboard, first person name is Carmilla B. Jane. Next question is Whose theoretical perspective stresses regulating sexual behavior for marriage and family? A. Functionalism, B. Symbolic interism. Correct answer is A. Functionalism. On the leaderboard, first person name is Carmela Vize. Next question is your model for marriage and family life comes primarily from A. Self-help books, B. Family or origin. Correct answer is Family of Origin. On the leaderboard, first person is Kiyomiya Isahe Gitoeka. Next question is your model for marriage and family life comes primarily from A. Self-help books on marriage, B. Your family of origin. Correct answer is Your family of origin. On the leaderboard, first person name is Kyangu Isaya Gutekar. Next question is preparing for marriage and family life, preparing for an economic career. A. Adolescence, B. Middle adulthood. Correct answer is adolescence. On the leaderboard, first person name is Kiyangu Isahi Gitoekar. Next question is what is the doctrinal master scripture for marriage and family? A. DNC 35, 35 to 1 and 2, DNC to 49, 50, 70. Correct answer is B. On the leaderboard, first person name is MD Nasiruddin. Next question is what is the average salary for marriage and family therapist? A. 70.43 her, 23.50 her. Correct answer is B. On the leaderboard, first person name is MD Nasiruddin. Next question is marriage and family life, preparing for an economic career. Infancy and early childhood, be adolescents. Correct answer is adolescence. On the leaderboard, first person name is Leo Fasunella. Next question is, what is the definition of preparing for marriage and family living? A gaining skills to live as an adult, be learning to get along with others and help others grow. Correct answer is B. On the leaderboard, first person name is Leo Fasunella. Next question is, according to Vietnam law on marriage and family, what is correct age for marriage or marriage for female, 80 or 20? Correct answer is B. On the leaderboard, first person name is Alex Javier Alviraj. Congratulations to our webinar online quiz competition winners, top 10. Congratulations second. We will take a few minutes to finalize the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our website and official Facebook page. Congratulations to our webinar online quiz competitions winners, top 10. Congratulations second. We will take a few minutes to finalize the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our website and official Facebook page. Congratulations to our webinar online quiz competition winners, top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes to finalize the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our website and official Facebook page. At the end of our session, we can say, properly feed your skills, never stop learning, because life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. We will see you again. You want to participate in every program. If you want to live a happy life, tie to a goal, not to people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end like button once again, again wants to thank all IGP knowledge seekers from your active participation as always. See you in the next session. Thank you.